Hey everybody, welcome back to Salt and Sanctuary. Today we're going to the Ruined Temple. There's several ways to go about this area. Like, there are multiple entrances that you could go about this area. This is like another quote-unquote hub point just to go in various areas. I only really know two ways to do it, and I know for a fact that both of them are technically wrong.
Naturally.
Because the one we did is optional, and you don't need to go this way, but we do get a Lord's Orders, which will help us make our boat ore even better. The other one requires a rather circuitous path that we will cover in the next video. At least I think it's the next video. Before we recorded, I was completely lost on where we were at on the LP. Yeah, the big theme about the Ruined Temple is spiders.
Yay. Are they also bullshit to fight?
Actually, no. They're about as tame as the ones in Red Hollow Cages. Wow. Name leaves me because I spent like the past 3 days playing another Metroidvania, so now I'm crossing the streams, and that's a terrible idea. So I don't know if we are gonna see a certain attack from the spider bipeds, or whatever their name is. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. They're basically humanoids, but with like spider attachments. But they probably have my favorite attack in the game, where they tear off one of their arms and then throw it at you. And I don't know why they do this, they just kinda do. There's like no pain, no reaction, no... Oddly enough, no limited ammunition. They could just throw your arm at you. It's really weird.
Like real spiders do.
You know, I'd be kinda horrified of a spider that could throw its arm at me. I'll just be playing video games one day and I'll just feel like a light tap on my head as like this really small twig hit me. Now, the Ruined Temple is honestly kinda nondescript. It's just kinda there.
Well, even the name is nondescript.
Yeah, like, it doesn't have any cool level design like the Ruined Temple or the Ziggurat. And it's not evocative like, say, the Red Hollow Cages or the Festering Banquet. It's just there, I guess. Also, I feel like I should have done this area first before the optional bosses, because God, what's her name? Murdelia Mal? She's the only person in this entire game that does holy damage.
Like boss or enemy in general?
Just anything. Like, I can't think off the top of my head anything else that does holy damage, either fire or lightning. There's very little arcane, and I can't recall any holy at the top of my head. We also got Lightning Pod, if that's the one I'm thinking of. It's a pretty good ability, but not the best ability. For mages, that is. Because, in a way, magic is OP, but among magic, lightning is really fucking overpowered. There it is! The dude's tearing off his arm. Like, wow. That's such a dumb ability that it makes me smile.
Was that the leftover arm?
I don't know. One thing that these guys could do, though, is they also have a command grab, which is mildly irritating. It doesn't kill, but it does a boatload of damage. Also, this is me not realizing I have a torch out and wondering why my damage output is so low. There we go. Much better.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yeah, the spiders have a grab too, but if you get hit by it like me, you're probably not paying attention.
Oh, the thing you killed was an assassin.
Yeah. One of those just Ronin dudes that just fuck around. So, here's a weird pit. I am 100% sure that either there's a trap out there that's supposed to activate it, or these dudes are supposed to punch it, but there are Indiana Jones boulders here. Yet for whatever reason, across all my playthroughs, I never see them roll. And I have no idea how you're supposed to activate them. It's the weirdest thing in my life.
Maybe it's just a joke.
Maybe. I mean, if it was a joke, though, we'd probably see something like an overcoat and a fedora just on a skeleton somewhere.
At the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, that's Indiana Jones's hat, right, Fedora?
I can't remember. I don't think it's a fedora.
Yeah, like it's some kind of hat. The very rakish kind. I don't know why fedora came at the top of my head, but it's just, I don't know hats. I know someone's gonna correct me, and thank you for doing so, because fucking Indiana Jones deserves better than being called a fedora lord.
Well, there's a joke now that if you want to be actually accurate about anything, purposely say the wrong thing, and then someone in the comments will correct you.
Yeah.
Apparently there's one joke that I think it's Prince Charles of England. Like, this is his one joke, and Stephen Fry told this on Alan Davies' As Yet Untitled show. If you ever find yourself lost on a desert island, just bring with you the ingredients to make a martini. Then go out into a forest clearing and start making a martini. Within 5 seconds, someone will pop out and say, "That's not how you make a martini." And you'll be saved.
Wait, how the hell did I get here? Now I'm just imagining like a fucking, just out in the middle of nowhere, a tribal, I don't want to say indigent type, just like this tribe that doesn't know civilization or modern technology. One of them just walks up and says, "That's not a margarita, dude." You're still not saved, but at least you have a company now. Also, I was trying to undo some of the weapon and armor skills, but you can't undo those with the Grey Pearls. Why, I don't know, but that's the thing. As I mentioned before, Ruined Caves connects to a lot of places, and a lot of them are sealed off because of a thing we got 2 episodes ago, Redshift. That's kind of why I feel like my path is a little bit goofier, because if you do things the way you're intended to, such as go from Red Hollow Cages to Hager's Cavern, to the Stinky Mire or whatever it's called. I honestly don't remember that place. You eventually get Redshift, and then you find your way here. And I think you're supposed to go up into the Ziggurat Dust? It's a really weird pathing, like... Wow, I just kind of walked into that. Now, this is a goofy thing to get mainly because there are 2 items you could get here, and trying to get to them is a little awkward in some ways, mainly because of ledge grab. There we go, you get upgrade materials and a Grey Pearl. It's weird though, because, I don't know, like, I know the drowned upgrade materials are supposed to be for boss materials, or boss weapons. But I can't think of a weapon in my other playthroughs that use that. We also got the samurai armor, and I was like, eh, I'll try it out. Not really my jam, though.
You do look a bit like the main character from Lords of the Fallen.
Oh, God, that's right. That's a game that exists, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I remember one of my friends trying to persuade me that it's actually not bad. But he's also one of my friends where I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a correct bone in his body. Because man, I'm just like, Lords of the Fallen looks boring as hell, bro. And it really was. Like, I can't think of anybody that thinks it's legit good. They just say, it's okay. At best. I really don't have much to say about this level because there's no real concrete path or trick you could do aside from go down. Yeah, by the way, if you take the typical route, like go from Red Hollow Cages to Hager's Cavern to Stinky Mire, and you find yourself through Ruined Temple, if you go there, you could fight the Bloodless Prince and take fucking years to fight him. I'd rather not, though.
swing your arm at him.
Now, I've just been fucking around for, like, this whole first half of the video. Progress is just, you know, opening that gate. The neat... I would say, quote-unquote, the neat thing about Ruined Temple is that the, you can see parts of the ziggurat. It does kind of, like, embedding itself into the Ruined Temple. Man, that is such a, you know, nondescript name for an area that I keep forgetting it. Like, every other area has something cool, like Red Hall of Cages, Festering Banquet. This place is just like, Ruined Temple. Okay. By the way, if you remember those mannequins from... Wait, are they called mannequins? I forget what they're called. I think they have a different name, but those bird things from the Castle in the Sky, they're here too. Like, for a while, we've been getting clues that this whole world that we're in is a bit of a fucking mess. And now that we're seeing a temple clash with a ziggurat, and now Victorian dress setups here, kind of hitting home that there's something weird going on here, dude.
They kind of remind me of the robot that Robin Williams played in the movie Robots.
I don't remember anything about that movie, mainly because I was like, what, 10 or 11 when it came out, and I fell asleep.
Yeah, I don't think most people remember anything about that movie.
It wasn't really a Robin Williams-esque movie, at least in my opinion. But then again, I don't know movies, period, so don't take my opinion worth salt.
You will not find Sanctuary in it.
Nope. Ugh, God, I think we need to... I think we need to reestablish our jokes here after that one. Wow, that one hurt. We are nearing the boss of this area, though, and it's, a lot easier than I remember, but mainly because... I think it's mainly because my weapon of choice... Like, magic playthrough, it's, of course, easy because it's fucking magic, but in my other playthroughs, I mainly use slashing weapons, and this boss was kind of fucking irritating to fight. This boss was surprisingly easy in this playthrough, and looking back on my recordings, I want to say entirely optional. I don't think you have to do this boss fight whatsoever. I mean, I think you have to do it if you want to, you know, get all the character stories and, you know, enjoy a plot-driven video game. I think I also had to look up what was going to happen with one of the storylines. I'm getting ready for this because why the fuck not? We are fighting the Coveted. Now, of all the stories in this game, I find the Coveted the most interesting. The boss isn't these two ghosts, it's the axe itself. Now the boss is, you know, interesting. Each of these ghosts go for a axe. One of them, the one who doesn't have the axe will shoot you, the other one will do sick axe techniques. Mainly throw it. You want to wait for them to throw it, that way you'll be able to damage it. Now here's the interesting part about this. They call this boss the Coveted because this axe, for whatever reason, was highly sought after, to the point where a father and son fought to the death over it. And because of it, their ghosts now linger around this thing because they still fucking covet this axe.
Damn.
Like, it's one of the few bits of story that I actually like in this game because it's a concrete story. Also, I got really lucky in this fight in that one of the ghosts just kind of fucked off. This is not supposed to happen. Like, there's always supposed to be one ghost fight shooting bullets and the other one swinging the axe, but one of them just stopped halfway through and I have no fucking clue why. But it also helps that, I think this boss is weak to strike damage, because I don't remember doing anywhere near this much damage. And I think getting kicked all the way there kind of brought that ghost back into the fight, because now he's back.
He just needed a nap.
Yeah. I actually like this fight a lot. It has a neat dynamic to it that I enjoy. I'm usually not a fan of multiple fights like 2v1s or 3v1s, but this one was relatively well done.
Yeah, and that is a kind of boss idea where the weapon is the boss, not the people using it. And it's like, I don't see that very often. The closest thing I can think of is, was it the Dark Sword from Arbiter's Grounds in Twilight Princess? But then there is a monster there, you just can't see it at first.
Yeah, that was a concept that I kind of wish they stuck with. Here's a unusually difficult platforming puzzle, at least to me. It's not even a puzzle per se. It's just that I don't know how to platform. But yeah, I thought Twilight Princess with the Arbiter's Grounds was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, Twilight Princess had a really good aesthetic that I just got behind super quick. Now, you probably don't remember this guy because he was so nondescript. It's the guy at the top of the Ziggurat of Dust. I'd call him an archaeologist, but not really. He mainly wants to figure out what the hell is happening with this island. Well, whoops, nope. Alright, I'll just take your stuff.
Kissing my wife, thinking what I think.
But yeah, he's basically coming to the realization that that we are at this point in the plot, that this island's kind of fucked up in a way. Like, there's no reason why some of these areas should be next to each other, and you could see that in the game geometry itself. Like, areas are quite literally mishmashed into each other with no form of logic. Also, let's try on some clothes. Oddly enough, this guy's attire is only shirt and pants, and not really a huge fan of the outfit in general. I don't know. There's something weird about this game in that the armor designs are cool, I just don't like any of them personally.
The armor's great, except they're not.
Well, like, the armor designs are good. Like, I enjoy the Predator armor. There's another set of armor that we're gonna get into, I want to say, episode 14 that I like? But just, I don't know, I just enjoy wearing the scarf and regular pants.
And nothing else.
Yep. I believe around here we should find a friend. Hello.
Kill him.
This guy's obsession for questing is borderline unsettling. Like, sure, questing is rad and all, but you kind of want to know what the purpose of that quest is. Like, I don't know. I find the Masterless Knight story a bit less engaging than the Despondent Thief. That you do, buddy, even though I've never seen you fight.
And we've been doing plenty of that.
But yeah, he says that he goes to the Force next, which is convenient because there's one right here. But I don't want to go there quite yet. I have plans for that specific level. I also have plans for this level. Now, I don't know if you remember this dude whatsoever, but this is the guy, the last time we met this guy was the very beginning of the game.
Oh, is he like the first guy we saw when we came on the beach?
Mm-hmm. Fleshy flotsam is a word combination I don't want to hear. Please stop.
Alliteration anxiety. Betrayed buttheads.
The guy's not wrong, honestly. Because the guy who's been doing archaeology at the Ziggurat has been betrayed by his own mage community. The Despondent Thief was betrayed because she was told she was escorting a noble when it was in fact a slave. I think the princess thing that we were supposed to be guarding, that's also a lie. I'm pretty sure that the princess is just a slave as well. So there's definitely some threads there. But that's it. There's really nothing else to it. We don't ever find our betrayer. There's a guy I watch on YouTube. His name is Matt Colville. He's a guy who's very heavily passionate about Dungeons and Dragons, and he's also the lead writer for Evolve, a 4-player co-op game against players versus like monsters. He mentions one very important thing that I find prevalent in any Souls-esque game. Lore is good. Lore is interesting because it establishes a history and little breadcrumbs for player to follow. It's also the worst form of writing because there's no driving force, there's no conclusion, there's no drama, there's no social engagement. Lore is the worst form of storytelling because it's just facts. Lore is basically a history textbook, and it doesn't really do anything to engage readers or players in any game. And I feel like that's the big problem with this game. This game is all lore, no concrete story. The only story I've enjoyed is The Despondent Thief and The Coveted. But that's my little diatribe on this game's writing. Next time on Salt and Sanctuary, we're gonna take an alternate route to a forest, and we'll see how soulsy this game can get. See you folks next time.